Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to see computer applications, first lesson, multimedia and desktop publishing. First we will see the definition of multimedia. So what is meant by multimedia? The word multimedia consists of two words, which means multi and media. So multiple forms of medias are combined together to provide services like storage, communication, interactions, etc. And also give input-output interaction of text, video, images, graphics and audio. This is called multimedia. So the term multimedia comprises of two words, multi and media. Multi refers to many. Media is the plural form of medium. So, multimedia is an integration of many types of medias like text, graphics, images, audio, animations, video, etc. Next, we will see the concept of component of multimedia. Multimedia has 5 major components: text, images, sound, video, and animations. These 5 are the major components of multimedia. In this, we have 2 elements, static elements and dynamic elements. So, static elements consist of 2, text and graphics, and dynamic elements consist of 3, video, animation, audio. First, we will see the static elements. So, static elements consist of 2. First one is called text, next one is called graphics. Now, we are going to see about the text. Text is the basic components of multimedia and it is the most common way of communicating information to others. Text is the basic components of multimedia, which consist of 2 types. One is called static text, another one is called hypertext. So what is meant by static text? In the name itself we can identify static is the constant, which means remains static. It will not change at all. That is called static text. So static text is the text or the words. It will remain static. So it will not change. That is called static text. In static text, the word will either give information or support an image or an video. This is the static text. Next one is called hypertext. What is meant by hypertext? Hypertext is nothing but link between 2 nodes, which means if you want to search any definitions or component in the net, you can see the hyperlink, blue color underlined link. If you click that, the link will forward you to the next page that gives you the information about what you search for. That is called hypertext. Our next component is image component. Image component plays a vital component in multimedia. These images are generated by the computer in 2 ways. First one is bitmap or raster image. The second one is vector images. If you see something, that will be registered in your mind more easily than you hear. Let us see the difference between raster image and vector image. Raster images are created with pixels-based programs or captured with cameras or scanner. Pixel means a tiny dots. Here, the vector graphics are made up of parts, each with a mathematical formula. Here, parts means mathematical formula. Raster images are resolution dependent, where vector images are resolution independent. Raster image, when you enlarge this image file, it looks like blurry. But when the vector images can be scaled to any size without losing quality. Let's see the difference between vector image and raster image. In vector image, when you enlarge the size of the image, the resolution will be good. Whereas, if you use raster image, when you enlarge the size, it will look blurry. Advantages of vector image. This is resolution independent. Regardless of how much the image is enlarged or reduced, the image definition and quality remains the same. Second one is small file size. Easily transferred over the internet. Only less memory is needed to store. Here, compression techniques are used to reduce the file size of the image, that is useful for storing large number of images. Our next component is animation. Animation is the process of displaying still images so quickly so that they give the impression of continuous movement. In animation, the screen object is a vector image in animation. Animations may be of two types, 2D animation and 3D animation. The two-dimensional animation brings an image alive that occur on the flat x-axis and y-axis of the screen, while in the 3D animation comprises of the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. X, y and z refers to the height, width and depth respectively. See the difference between 2D animation and 3D animation. So the 3D animation looks better than 2D animation. I hope all the children like 3D animation. Is it so? Next topic is types of animations. There are two types of animation, path animation and frame animation. First one is path animation. Path animation involves moving an object on a screen that has a constant background. Example, a cartoon character may move across the screen regardless of any change in the background or the character. This is called path animation. Second animation is frame animation. In frame animation, multiple objects are allowed to travel simultaneously and the background or the objects also changes. This is called frame animation. Next component is sound. Sound is a meaningful speech in any language and is the most serious element in multimedia, providing the pleasure of music, special effects and so on. Decibel is the measurement of volume, the pressure level of sound. In our book, they have given two things based on sound. First one is MIDI, next one is digital audio. MIDI is a musical instrument digital identifier. It is a standard communication tool developed for computers and electronic instruments. This tool is flexible and easy for composing the projects in multimedia. Digital audio. Digital audio is just a representation of sound recorded in or converted into digital form. Sampling is the conversion of a sound wave, analog signal to sequence of samples, digital signal, which means sampling is the conversion of a sound wave from analog signal to digital signal. Here, the digital audio means the sound is converted into digital form. Digital form is nothing but 101010 etc. Okay. Here's digital audio is simply used to hear the sound which is recorded in your computer, laptop, etc. Whereas MIDI is a communication tool which is used to transfer musical information between the computer and other devices like keyboard, piano, guitar, etc. Next component is video. Video is defined as the display of recorded event, scene, etc. The powerful way to convey information in multimedia applications or embedding of video. The video can be of two types, analog video and digital video. Let us see the difference between analog video and digital video. In analog video, the video data are stored in non-computer media like videotape, laserdisc, film, etc. Nowadays, we are not using analog videos like tape recorder, laserdisc and all. In olden days only they have used. Nowadays, we are using only DVD. See this. In digital video is audio or visual in binary format. In analog video, although similar in appearance to compact disc or DVDs, early laserdiscs used analog video stored in the composite domain. Whereas In digital video, information is presented as a sequence of digital data rather than in your continuous signal as analog informations. See this one. This is the laser disc which was used in previous days, and this is the tape recorder, and the next one is DVD which is using nowadays. Our next topic is file formats for multimedia. Contents of the file formats are text file format, image file format, audio file format, and video file format. First, we will learn about text file formats. Text file formats consist of two types, RTF and plain text. See the difference between plain text format and rich text format. In plain text format, the plain text contains no formatting, only line breaks and spacing. TXT is called text file or plain text file. It contains only ordinary textual characters and there is no formatting. Software used in plain text formats are Notepad, Windows, Gedit or Nano, Unix and Linux, then TextEdit, Mac OS, and so on. Whereas in rich text file format, it is a primary file format introduced in 1987 by Microsoft. Here we can do all types of formatting such as font size and colors, boldings, italics, etc. The example of rich text file format is what we are using now, MS Word. See the difference between plain text versus rich text format. The left side, the file format is plain text format we can use in the Notepad. Here also we have formatting options, but if we apply the formatting options, it will be applied to the whole page. See the right side, this is the rich text file format. Here the clarity will be good and also we can apply the formatting options by each line, word, even we can apply to each alphabet. You can apply different formatting options in one page. If you see the first line, the font size is increased and also we applied blue color. In the second line, the last text to text alone we have given in different colors. So we can apply different formatting options. Our next file format is image file format. In our book, they have given many image file formats. TIFF, BMP, DIB, GIF, JPEG, TGA and PNG. First, we will see TIFF, that is Tagged Image File Format. This format is common in desktop publishing world, which is high quality output and is supported by all software packages. The recent version of TIFF allows image compression. The word image compression is very important. I will explain you now. And this format is comfortable for moving large files between the computers. I'll explain you now the data compression. Data compression is a technique in which the size of the data is reduced without loss of information. It consists of two types, lossy compression and lossless compression, or the categories of data compression method. The main difference between these two compressions are the lossy compression technique does not restore the data in its original form after decompression. On the other hand, lossless compression restores and rebuilds the data in its original form after decompression. If you see this clipping, you can easily understand the lossy and lossless compression method. If you enlarge the left image, there is no loss of clarity, whereas the image on the right side shows pixelated, that is loss of clarity. Our next file format is BMP. Initially, this format is in use with Windows 3.1 version. It is quite large and uncompressed, and hence BMP is used for high resolution or large images. This is the example of BMP image. Next file format is DIB, Device Independent Bitmap. This format, which is similar to BMP, but it allows the files to be displayed on a variety of devices. Our next file format is TGA, which means TAGRA. The full form of TGA is True Vision Graphics Adapter Image. It is the first popular format for high-resolution images. TGA is supported by most of the video captured boards. TGA is mostly used in the animation field. Our next file format is GIF, which is Graphics Interchange Format. GIF is the compressed image format. Most of the computer color images and backgrounds are GIF files. GIFs uses lossless compression that does not degrade the quality of the image. GIF image can include a maximum of 256 color. This format is supported widely. Most important point, less memory size than TIF. Next file format is JPEG, which is Joint Photographic Experts Group. JPEG was designed to attain maximum image compression. So compared with other file formats, JPEG works good with photographs, naturalistic artwork and similar material, but function less on lettering, live drawings or simple cartoons. JPEG uses lossy compression technique, so the clarity will be good. Our next file format is PNG, which is Portable Network Graphics, an extensible file format for the lossless, portable and well-compressed storage of raster image. PNG acts as replacement for GIF and also replaces multiple common uses of TIFF. PNG works good with online viewing applications like World Wide Web. So, it is fully streamable with the best display option. Our next topic is digital audio file formats. This will be segregated by two types: uncompressed formats, compressed formats. In uncompressed formats, we have four types: PCM, AIFF, WAV, CDDA. And in the uncompressed formats, we have MP3, WMA, AAC, FLAC, OGG and RA, that is real audio format. We have many digital audio file formats, but in our book they have given 6 formats. We will see now. First one, WAV, waveform audio file format. MP3, MPEG layer 3 format. OGG, AIFF, audio interchange file format. WMA, Windows Media Audio, or a real audio format. Now we are going to see the first one, WAV, which is waveform audio file format. It is the most popular audio file format in Windows for storing uncompressed sound files. If you need to compress the file, further convert it into MP3 file format. Next file format is MP3, which is MPEG layer 3 format. MPEG layer 3 format is the most popular format for storing and downloading music. The MP3 files are roughly compressed to 1/10 the size of an equivalent WAV file. Nowadays, most of the music files are playing using this format. Our next format is OGG, which is a free open source container format that is designed for obtaining better streaming and evolving at a high and quality digital multimedia. It can be compared to MP3 files in terms of quality. Next one is AIFF, Audio Interchange File Format. It is a standard audio file format used by Apple, which is like a WAV file for a Mac. Our next format is WMA, which is Windows Media Audio. It is a popular Windows Media Audio format owned by Microsoft. For copyright protection, WMA, that is Windows Media Audio, was designed with digital right management, that is DRM. Our next file format is RA, that is Real Audio Format. It is designed for streaming audio over the internet. The digital audio resources are usually stored as a computer file in computer's hard drive or CD or DVD. Besides the variety of audio file formats available, the most common file formats are .wav, MPEG, Layer 3 files, .mp3, WMA and RA. Next file format is digital video file formats. Here they have given two file formats. One is AVI, Audio Video Interleave. It is the video file format for Windows. Here, sound and picture elements are stored in alternate interleaved chunks in the file. Next one is MPEG, that is Moving Picture Experts Group. It is a standard for generating digital video and audio compression under the International Standard Organization ISO by the group of people. Our next concept is multimedia production. Steps involved in multimedia productions are conceptual analysis and planning, project design, pre-production, budgeting, multimedia production team, hardware or software selection, defining the content, preparing the structure, production, testing, documentation and delivering the multimedia product, conceptual analysis and planning. There are 12 steps involved in multimedia production. Steps in multimedia production. If you want to develop any multimedia project, adequate time and efficient planning is required, which assures that the project will be proceed smoothly and certainly ensures that the information reaches the target audience. Following are the phases for development of complex multimedia projects. First step in multimedia production is conceptual analysis and planning. It is the initial phase, that is first phase in your production. This phase will be the responsible for conceptual theme selecting. What are the themes you are going to select in your project? Budget selecting, and what are the contents available on the selected theme. This phase also responsible for copyright issues. Second phase will be your project design. Once your theme is finalized, once your theme is got over, next step will be you have to concentrate on your objectives, goals and activities that are to be drawn for your multimedia project. First one, objectives. Objectives is nothing but it is the specific statements given by the user. Second one is goal. Goal is nothing but it is a general statement. What is the research and what is the outcomes you are going to achieve through this project? And third one is your activity. It is nothing but a set of actions that is going to draw your objectives to get successful. Project design is responsible for your objective settings, goal setting and all other activities whichever involved in your multimedia production. Our third step is pre-production. Based on the planning and design, it is necessary to develop the project. Once your planning got over, like whatever the theme, whatever you selected, that all got over, you have to go for pre-production, which involves the following steps. Budgeting, you have to go with the production team, you have to select the hardware, software selection, you have to define the content, you have to prepare the detailed structure for your project and so on. These are the steps which will be involved in your pre-production phase. Our next phase is budgeting. Budgeting is very important and major phase in your pre-production. By the name itself, we know that we have to allocate the fund or budget for each and every phase to be taken place. For example, if you allocate the maximum fund in the initial phase itself, the next phase and all not yet over, but your budget will be minimal in the next phases. So, you have to be very careful in allocating the budget for each and every activities in your production. Here, budgeting in the sense you have to allocate budget for each and every phases like consultants, hardware and software selection, traveling, communication and publishing, production team. You have to allocate budget for advertisement purpose also. And you have to give importance for all the phases and you have to split the budget works depends on every phase.